Welcome everybody to Go Global World GGW Sharks 2021, and I'm super excited about that because for the past 7 months or so, we had almost 3,000 people registered to our events and hundreds participated, and we've got almost 200 matches with investors. So we connected real investors with real founders because there was a match during the event. So I'm really excited about that. Thank you for support. Thank you for being with us. We are trying to make this event great, and any feedback you provide to us impact the evolution of this event. I'm not gonna spend too much time on talking because the main people who are talking is you guys, and I'm just gonna start straight with a quick presentation, the rules, and present the investors. Well, what is Go Global World? Go Global World is the community and the platform for startup founders and investors. For investors, we automate their deal flow and decision-making for pre-screening and selecting the right startups based on this criteria. No longer they have to do it manually. The system can do it on their end without any involvement from the investor. And investors will see only relevant startups in their dashboard. Also, investors have their one page that they can share with startups where they not only say the criteria they have, but also it's an active page where the founders can apply for funding, and the system will take the decision on behalf of the investor, matching them with the right startups. And so this is how investors will not waste time on irrelevant startups, talking only to relevant ones. Same for founders. They have one pager. That is an active page with all relevant information that investors are looking for from you. And you don't have to code or anything. You just fill out your profile, and if it's done well, you will have a really nice looking and presentable page that you can share with investors. And if any of the investors get interested, you will get connected on our platform and continue in the chat. This works with internal audience that is already registered, and also external audience that you're trying to connect with all kind of means of communication. Now, those who are registered on our platform, they can go through matchmaking, a very powerful tool with advanced algorithms to put you in front of the most relevant people you're looking for. So investors can match with startup founders, investors can match with other investors to co-invest or just increase their network, and founders can match with investors and with advisors. And we're just getting started because this is the platform where you find relevant people and no longer wasting your time on those who are not relevant to you. Okay, so that's it. And today I'm going to announce the 21st GGW Sharks and our panel of investors. This is great people that's gonna judge and give you feedback and maybe become your investors in future. We don't know, we'll see. So Jay Casas from Silicon Beach Investment Group, Vishishta Rakesh from Blockchain Valley Ventures, Sage from Venture Guides, myself, and then Ellis, angel investor and mentor at Techstars. Exciting. I'm gonna let investors to present themselves in a second. And right now, briefly, the rules, I'm going to keep it quick so we don't spend too much time on that. Please keep yourself muted all the time. I say it every time, and sometimes somebody unmute themselves and ruin someone's speech. Please don't do this because you're impacting someone's speech, so it's important. Except for investors. Investors can talk anytime, wherever they feel it's necessary, and as long as they want, but everyone here is trying to shorten their talking, I would say it like that. Raise your hand to pitch. You get 2 minutes for your elevator pitch plus questions. So you will not use slides. It's not the event where you use slides. It's only elevator pitch. And if you don't do within 2 minutes, you will have a hard stop. So it may ruin your pitch. So make sure you're on time. This event first is only for new startups with sales, evidence of IP, and scalable business model. If you are building traditional business, nothing wrong with that, but this is just not the investors that might invest in you. But you feel free to stay if you're here. Then those who didn't pitch last time, just because they didn't have enough time for that, they also have the priority to pitch among the first. So first, the paying subscribers, they're pitching first. Second, those who didn't pitch last time. And third, those who pitched before and they want to pitch again. However, if you pitch again, we ask people to demonstrate progress after 1 month, so you don't have to repeat the same thing again and again. So for the investors, respect time, it's 2 hours event maximum. And if you registered on GGW platform, you might get priority as well. And I will send the link in the chat. It's important everyone is registered on the platform, so you then continue matching with investors after the event as well. And also keep in mind that not only investors here on our main panel, but also in the chat, so you can exchange contacts, network, and of course help out each other. This is not only pitch event, this is a networking event as well. Please don't sell anything to each other. And finally, to keep this an ideal elevator pitch, keep it as a story, under 2 minutes. Get to the point right away, what you do, why you're unique, and briefly about your traction. If you already pitched before, tell us what significantly has changed since you pitched last time. That's it. Well, the final announcement for today, next week we will have an impact event for LGBTQ founders. And we already have this amazing panel of investors as well that invest in LGBTQ and other, of course, startups. So you are all invited to participate, but more than that, please support. This is so hard to make impact events because it's a narrow group and we want to create this cause and help. So please spread the word, help us to bring more founders. And of course, if there would be some space for not LGBTQ founders, we will let you pitch there as well. So you all should come to the event as well. I will send you the link to the event so you can RSVP. That's it on my end. I'm inviting investors to present themselves, and I let Sage to go first.
Oh, thank you. Welcome, everyone. I think I've recognized some of the faces on here from before, but it has been my pleasure to do a couple of these now. It's really such a wonderful event. I am an investor at Venture Guides. We do early stage enterprise software investing. One of our main things that we focus on is high conviction investing. And so the things that I really care about in your pitches are what problem are you solving from the customer perspective, not theoretically, but what really drives the need for this? What's unique about the way that you're solving it? And then also, how can we help? Part of being focused in early stage is that we want to understand, what are you really excited about? Where are there opportunities to engage together? Venture Guides has invested in companies, the team has been investing in companies like LinkedIn, DocuSign, Rapid7. I can put our website on in the chat so you guys can check it out. But with all of those, we've been very early investors, and we really believe in helping to build companies. So excited to hear these pitches and hear about all of the new problems we're going to be tackling.
Fantastic. Great to have you, Sage. Sage has been here already several times, so she's an experienced shark. Great to have you. Jake, your turn.
Hey guys, pleasure to be back. My name is Jake. I'm with the Silicon Beach Investment Group. We're a pre-seed and seed stage fund based in Los Angeles. Personally, I'm based in Orange County, California. We consider ourselves generalist investors. We do have a preference for software and technology, primarily B2B SaaS. One of the things that we tend to stay away from is social, things regarding like social networking, stuff like that. But we do have some investments in CPG and health and wellness. Yeah, I'm excited to be here. Thanks.
Thank you, Jake. Exciting to have you again, and you have great advice for the past event. I really enjoyed having you. So thank you. Dan, Ellis, your turn.
Hey everyone. Hey entrepreneurs. Hello fellow panelists. Great to be back again on Sharks. Just wanted a brief introduction. I'm a serial entrepreneur. I've been on the other side of the table with entrepreneurs raising money before, so I know exactly what you're going through. Wishing you all the best for your pitches today and all the good luck to you in your companies. And yeah, I'm an angel investor, but also represent the interests of a family office and largely sector agnostic. We're mostly looking for startups that are a little bit further along. So not at that pre-seed idea stage, but more at seed where you have some traction and some kind of meaningful growth for us to be able to invest and evaluate your company based on. We write checks up to 100K. I am personally based in Austin, but was 10 years in Silicon Valley. And yeah, really glad to be here.
Well, the best places, California, Texas, and I mean New York, so Boston. So great to have you Dan again. Dan been here many times already. He's experienced Shark as well, and he just privately shared with me that some companies he's like seriously looking at to invest. Not going to disclose which one, but there is already some rewards for some startups participated before, and so that's exciting news for all of us. Thank you. Wish, your turn.
Yeah, thanks. And yeah, so hi guys, my name is Wish. I work with BB Ventures in Switzerland. We have three funds essentially that we invest out of. We have an early stage emerging tech fund that focuses on emerging technologies such as artificial intelligence, machine learning, cybersecurity, future of finance, and Web3. So we invest in seed, Series A kind of rounds here. We have a second fund that focused towards somewhat later stages, Series A, Series B kind of rounds focused mainly on fintech, insurtech, and health tech. And then we have an impact fund. Tickets for the emerging tech fund mostly range from anywhere between 100K to $1 million, a little bigger check sizes for the later venture tech fund, and for the impact fund, we're very flexible. We invest actively in US, Europe, and Southeast Asia, but open to global opportunities as well. And yeah, wish all you guys the best for your pitches and looking forward to them.
Where is your fund is based?
Switzerland.
Switzerland, fantastic. So Europe as well. Great to have you with us. We also have other investors from Switzerland. Your mic a little bit unclear to hear you. Just be aware of that, but all good. So if not, it's not possible to fix, so it's okay.
I'll fix that.
Okay, thank you. So let's get started right now. And the first startup is going to pitch. Just let me see. Okay, Payom Nizmandi. Payom, are you ready?
Can you all hear me?
Yeah, you got 2 minutes. Go for it.
Awesome. Hello, everyone. My name is Payam. I'm the founder and CEO of Unibui. This was a class project until like last year. Suddenly, we had like 27,000 users and over 400 providers on our platform. So things have gotten a little bit more serious in my life. Unibui is a map-based hiring platform. It's the first map-based hiring platform that exists in the market today because we exclusively target college and university students. We list internships, jobs, and apprenticeships on a map. So students can visually see based on their location, on their way to school, they can apply to jobs, they can apply to startups to be interns of, they can apply to apprenticeships, they can apply to things that actually matter to them. And we're also building an AI suggested algorithm that allows for the students along their pathway in college to actually be matched with businesses that have to do something to do with their life. So suppose you're an econ student, maybe you're a sophomore or junior. Well, maybe you should be matched with a consulting firm or maybe a financial firm at your sophomore or junior year to intern at. So Unibui actually helps cater the students towards their educational goals. So when they are a productive member of society and not just someone who you need to teach for 3 to 6 months after you hire them. So we've been around since 2017. We died during COVID. We were revived with a new pivot last year. We launched with our first iOS. We're currently raising $2 million in our seed round. We have over 400K currently committed into the round. And we're actively seeking investors who are going to put a minimum of around 100K into the company. We're looking for 10 to 20 investors. And I'm really trying to change the world here, to be honest. My vision's kind of bigger than my product. So if you guys would like to learn a little bit more about that, please let me know. Thank you.
Thank you. Right on time. Thank you so much. Dear Sharks, your questions. Are you in or out?
Well, yeah, if I can have a quick question. So why does the mapping feature matter? And then how do you make money?
So the mapping feature, the student demographic is extremely visual, okay? Lists are exhausting. If you're on ZipRecruiter, LinkedIn, Monster, after a while, you're just tired of looking at a list. And it doesn't actually mean it's in the pathway of your school. So you might be in a geolocation, but it might be on the other side of your university, not on your way to home. It might be out of the way in general because you're in a 20-mile or 25-mile radius. So for students, seeing something visually actually allows for better engagement and it also allows them to feel like, okay, I can actually work here with my school schedule as well. So that's one. And we make money per applicant. So every time a student applies, not gets a job, applies to a job, we make $10. So anytime they apply for an internship, anytime they apply for a job locally, we make $10. We're kind of that lead generation for the market for high churn, low wage positions.
Dear founders, please keep yourself shorter when you just to let other founders to speak as well. Please continue, dear.
Yeah, just a quick question from my end. So, like right now, we're seeing there are so many remote jobs available, and the world is kind of like moving towards hybrid remote setup. So, how is like being a map-based job platform relevant? Like, how future-proof do you think this idea is, and what this approach is, and how do you plan to pivot if the case comes that you want to move to like cater to the people who want remote jobs as well?
So for remote jobs as well, we can target them. It's not my primary market. Because when you go get a cup of coffee or you want to socialize, there's always going to be a barista. There's always going to be someone at Nordstrom or Macy's. There's always going to be people in physical retail who you need to serve you. But the people who are most willing to take those jobs are going to be low wage, accepting, non-career oriented, and individuals whose schedules are going to be part-time usually. So that in the market itself is usually the college and student demographic. And that's the perfect market for most local businesses. If we go into the realm of remote business, that's mostly career-oriented people. It's not usually the student demographic that enters the remote space. I hope that answers your question.
Hey, can you talk about how many markets you're currently operating in? I know this is a pretty crowded space, and I've seen a lot of them work on a local level, but once they need to expand, it becomes a little bit more problematic as the founders sort of exhaust their personal network to be able to onboard things and not necessarily having people on the ground. So can you kind of talk about how you would, markets that you operate in, and then how you would address that challenge of scaling to other cities?
Yeah, I mean, I can have a deeper conversation with you about this, but we have a very low cost of user acquisition because we're using the students at the universities as interns in our platform to be able to grow our company. So we're also using our own platform for our own services as well. So we're not hiring like Groupon or Yelp, massive amounts of sales groups to go out into local communities to onboard them. We're actually using our own user base to do that, and they're onboarding their own users as well. So the users and customers are being both onboarded by students in the local areas that we are serving. So we have a very easy way of growth in that respect. Our acquisition cost per customer is around $108. And you asked another question. Sorry, I kind of missed it. What was your other question?
Just, are you operating in a single market right now, or have you?
Yeah, Bay Area. So we're in Silicon Valley. Yeah,
Okay.
we have 27,000 users in the Silicon Valley right now.
Okay, cool. All right.
Congratulations.
All right.
Any investors interested? Are you guys in or out? Is there anyone in?
I will have a further discussion.
All right, congrats. So we have one match. So one shark is in. Thank you. Or congratulations. And we are moving on to the next founder, Dima Markov. Dima, are you ready? Dima Markov. Okay, so then we're moving to the next person, Anthony Vasilopoulos. Anthony, ready?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, you got 2 minutes. Go for it.
Okay, great. Hello, Sharks. I'm Anthony. I'm the founder of Ariadne. So we are living in abnormal times. COVID has created some sort of socio-cultural revolution. From the way we work to the way we perceive that something is valuable without being tangible to an asset. The reopening of the economies, though, from the pandemic has caused inflation to increase into unprecedented levels, resulting in a dramatic decrease of retail investors' wealth. So I'm asking you, how can a father, a mother, a student get sealed against this new situation? Ariadne will be your personal AI trader. Trained on quantitative techniques, Ariadne will be designed to trade like a pro and generate positive returns for its users. So our mission is to transform individuals into rational, consistent, and successful investors and offer them a fair share towards growing and protecting their wealth. With regards to our market, we are addressing and 1 trillion market. That's the total assets under management Gen Z held during 2022. And with regards to our team, I'm a solo founder. My bachelor's was in business and administration, and my master's was in mathematical trading and finance. While I was at college, I built an app which could actually predict if a patient will have a heart attack based on user data. And we're asking for 500K to build a launch our MVP and test with users.
Thank you very much. Right on time. Your question, Sharks. Are you in?
What makes your algorithm special, and what evidence do you have that you can produce positive returns? What sort of history do you have?
That's a great question. So basically, I started developing these strategies while I was at college. So part of them was that I was also taught in class, and some of them, was part of my own research. So I have some strategies proven that they create these positive returns, and I can capitalize on that.
Have you done back trading to confirm that this works, or like what evidence, hard evidence, do you have?
Well, I have actually the trades and the history of let's say 6 months period covering trading with trading costs and everything included. So you can see the actual returns, they're there, and you can also see the strategies.
Anthony, quick question from my end. This is an extremely crowded space. We're talking about, like, if not thousands, like late hundreds of companies. So what differentiates you from the competitors, and like how do you plan to leverage those differences to just scale? Like, why would I put my money into your startup compared to someone else?
Great question. So basically what we do is that we sort of want to bring the quant revolution into mass scale. So what this means is that we're going to use some quant strategies that they are being used since late 80s, but no one really knows about them because only funds such as JP and Vanguard and other big names like that use them. So we want to bring these strategies on scale and offer them at a low cost to actually everyone. And this is how we differentiate from everyone, because at the moment there is no one actually doing it. So we'll actually design an AI that will be able to trade on itself, and it will be on a low cost, and everyone will be able to access it. And this is the main thing here, that people from Nigeria and people from countries like that, from Argentina, from all over around the world, will be able to access this kind of resource.
All right, thank you so much.
Okay,
are there any sharks in or out? Is there any in? Okay, thank you. We're moving on. Appreciate that. Stay till the end, support others, and remember that we have also investors in the chat. And we are moving on, and the next founder presenting is Dima Markov. Are you here? Just asking again, just giving you a second chance to pitch. Okay, if you're here, just shout out. All right. No, not here. We're moving on to the next founder, Katya Kempe. Katya Kempe, you go next. Yeah, you've got 2 minutes.
Thank you so much. Hi, everyone. It's my second time here. Thank you again. Last time we presented to Sharks We're In, and have been supporting us since. We have interesting developments. So Viveka, I'm the founder and CEO, is an all-in-one HR tech platform in the future of workspace. We centralize skilling, training, and automate well-being on a 3-way SaaS platform, which is backed by the world's largest vetted coaching network, with 20,000 coaches currently in our database. What's the problem? According to McKinsey, 70 million employees require reskilling within the next 3 years, and employers have never suffered under the problem of retaining their top performers and identifying their top performers ever since. We create top performing employees and exceptional teams through automation. Our business model monetizes on all major intersections of the platform. So we offer a SaaS solution for enterprises. We take 20% commissions from our successful placements, and our PaaS solution serves coaching companies. We're at a major inflection point. Tata Consulting Services is our service implementation partner. We have a partnership with SHL signed that has brought us a pipeline of $250 million. From 17 RFPs from US Fortune 500 companies with an average deal size of $16 million. Our advisory board is exceptional. The former CIO of Unilever and McDonald's, the former head of learning and development from IBM, PwC, and Korn Ferry. Our CRO just exited his own HCM company as an entrepreneur and founder for over $200 million. I won Female Entrepreneur of the Year, Asia Pacific. Our CTO manages our developers in a lean fashion in Sri Lanka. And the head of HCM from the Big Four, Future of Work leader, has placed their partner on our advisory board. We will reach 7 million in gross revenue by end of year. And we're estimating another 7 new clients by the end of 2024, which has a correlated gross revenue of 65 million.
Your past time, please wrap it up.
Thank you. We're seeking 1.5 million to fulfill on inbound client demands.
Fantastic. Thank you. Dear Sharks, your questions.
First of all, congratulations on those numbers. The 1.5 you're trying to raise right now, I guess I'm a little bit surprised given how much you've closed and how much traction you made. I'm a little bit surprised that you're only seeking 1.5. And so I'm a little bit curious how you're getting to that number and what sort of thinking has gone on around that.
Yes, thank you so much. Great question. In fact, we've reduced our round from 3 million to 1.5 because our partnership with SHL brings 125 global sales reps with it. So a huge proportion of our round was towards growing the sales team. With this partnership, our deal pipeline is, we have a very great problem, and that is investing the money for first and second line support of tech as well as sales and account managers. But we no longer need sales reps for outreach. And with these revenue numbers coming in, we will have another A series next year, and obviously with a correlated valuation.
Could you talk through the revenue a little bit more for me? You said you're going to reach 7 million at the end of this year. You're halfway through the year. So 1, how much is booked now? 2, how much is contracted? What's your margin like? And just what's this sort of ultimate CAC or go-to-market structure that you have to generate that revenue?
Yes, this kind of. Sorry, thank you. Great question. So we currently have the partnership with SHL signed contractually. Booked right now is approximately 100K ARR. How are we confident that we are going to close 7 million by end of year is because we're closing 2 out of these 17 RFPs that we have through our partner with an average deal size of 15 million each, and prorated that would give us 7 million in gross revenue with a 20% net revenue. And
sorry, what was that number, gross to net? I didn't understand that you book. If you book $1 million, how much do you keep?
20% is net revenue. Of that, we currently have a profit margin of over 70%.
Got it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Katja, can you clarify, is this a software platform or a more of a consulting type model right now in terms of how you're operating?
Great question. So it is a software model or an infrastructure play. Our ambition is to have basically a foot in the store apologies, a foot in the door of our clients, and we allow them to take on their own consultants as well as ours. A large proportion of our revenue is the marketplace revenue by placing our consultants, so hence the 20% net revenue.
Thank you. Are there more questions from the Sharks? Anyone in or out?
Just one quick question, Katja. So thanks and congratulations on the very positive numbers that you have. Two connected questions. So firstly, what what channels do you acquire these new users or customers from? And what are the buckets of customers that you're mainly primarily serving? Who's the ideal user for your platform?
Absolutely. So great question. Our partners have actually brought in a lot of our enterprise clients. Tata Consulting Services is our service implementation partner. They've connected us to large companies. The ones that we can name are officially Fly Dubai, Uber, Tesco globally. And also SHL has brought us a pipeline of Fortune 500 companies within the US, which offline, I'm more than happy to share more details with you. In addition to that, we do our own outreach via Sales Navigator, email campaigns, and have board lists, which have been very successful.
All right.
Great. Thanks.
Anyone in or out? Okay. Thank you so much.
I'm in. I would like to know more.
Congratulations.
Yeah, I'll take an intro as well.
Two Sharks.
Thank you so much.
Fantastic.
Pleasure to meet you all.
So 50% of the jackpot is here. Okay. So almost there.
Thank you.
You got it. Okay. And before I move to the next one, Ben Narasin, if you would like to join the main stage, you can replace me here because asking questions from the backstage maybe not that fun. If you would like, there is a place for you. Just keep that in mind. And we're moving next, and the next person is Madi Zakipov, if I'm pronouncing this correctly. Madi, you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, you got 2 minutes. Go for it.
Okay. Hello, everybody. I'm Madi. I'm a founder and the CEO of Cyberbase, the online platform for empowering people with disabilities through advanced technologies, and we assist them to help return to normal life. So we're building the online platform where it's including crowdfunding, marketplace, database of doctors, and job market. So in the first stage, we're focusing to amputees. Nowadays, it's 60 to 100 million people needs prosthetics. 80,000 prosthetics, it's a world shortage. And 9 out of 10 people haven't access to prosthetics. So now we're focusing to amputees and help them through the AI, help to match the best brand of prosthetics with a good price. So and also we're collecting used prosthetics from US and sent to the developing countries. We already helped 2 people in Kazakhstan to change totally their lives. For example, one woman with 4 kids trying to kill herself, but after we provided the prosthetics, she's changed his life. She won the grants from the government, and now she's launching her own business. And this is only one case. So we're now developing our crowdfunding also in our marketplace, already over 500 items from India, China, and Estonia. And also we're continuing filling in our database of prosthetists, orthopedic traumatologists, and neurosurgeons. Now we're looking for 200K for scaling and teaching our machine learning. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Right on time. Your questions, dear Sharks.
Where's the business at today in terms of a sales and revenue perspective?
So now I'm in the Bay Area. It's like 1 month. So we're going to incorporate in delivery. So and trying to develop our company here. Actually, if you're talking about the sales, we're just get the crowdfundings commission fees, but it's small, so we're not accounting. It's like a revenue. So the business model is also commissions from the marketplace, and also we're going to make a telemedicine to connecting amputees with prosthetists. So it's also will be like charging for online consultations. And furthermore, in future, we're going to make a job market. So we like make a whole circle of CGM of the client. So first of all, we help them to fundraise, find the right prosthetics, find the right doctors, and finally get the job.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Anyone in out of you guys? Any sharks in? No one. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Appreciate that. Stay till the end. Support others. We have investors, as you already know, in the chat, and we have more. Exchange, support others, and we're moving on to the next founder, Nikki Hokes. Nikki, you ready?
Yes, thank you very much. Can you hear me?
Yeah, good. You got 2 minutes. Go for it.
Excellent. Hi, everyone. I'm Nikki, co-founder at Stratify, and I want to start by taking you through my personal journey in investing. So like a lot of people, I started off by investing in funds, but I became really frustrated by the lack of transparency around the sustainability of the companies in these funds and my lack of influence in how to manage the portfolios that were available to me. So I started picking stocks myself, and this was great at first, but I slowly became paralyzed by the amount of information available to me and all the work I had to put in to manage my portfolio. And I knew that if I'd been a high net worth client at an investment bank, I could clearly define my preferences and they would create a bespoke strategy for me, which was aligned to my values. The rise of commission-free trading has increased the adoption of investing, but it has widened the advice gap. And we saw during the GameStop saga that people want two things. They want influence and they want control, but they also need a safety net when stuff goes wrong. So Stratify is our solution to helping people build AI-powered, truly bespoke investment strategies. You can define the criteria that matters to you, including the industries you care about, risk, sustainability, such as ESG and emissions, and it will build and manage a portfolio on your behalf with complete transparency. So where we're at today is we have traction with a waiting list of 3,000 users as we finish obtaining our regulatory license. And we have an MVP, which is being tested across 5 different universities. And while our primary product is a retail-focused investment app, we also have a business API, and we've got 5 contracts that are ready to go at the end of this year. So building this, we have a team with an incredible amount of experience. Our CEO has a decade in experience in investment banking. I'm a previous founder with experience growing communities in the tens of thousands, and our management team has over 30 years talent in hedge fund, software development, banking, and regulatory finance. So
you passed time, please wrap it up.
So you're in good hands, and we're raising £1 million. Please join us in revolutionizing investing for the everyday person.
Awesome. Thank you, Nikki. Sharks, your questions.
Nikki, how do you make money?
We have a subscription fee on the app, so it's a freemium model. There's a free tier where you can buy and sell individual stocks, equities, UK and US, and then there's a paid tier where you build your investment strategies, and that starts at £9 a month in the UK and the equivalent in the US.
Okay, and specifically, how are you scoring the investments for users, or beyond just like ESG ratings? Is there, are you just sort of allowing them to slice and dice based on certain metrics, or how do you do that?
So we have quantitative investment algorithms that will define an investment strategy for a user. They'll essentially define a set of parameters, such as their risk level, industries, and then if they're an advanced user on our premium tier, they can select type of strategy, and that will choose the type of investment algorithm that will essentially define how to buy and sell stocks on their behalf.
So are you buying and selling stocks on their behalf, or are you providing strategy for them to do advice on?
We provide a strategy which will automate on their behalf. So essentially you'll receive a set of investment signals which will be automatically executed. So your portfolio is managed all within the app.
Got it. And sorry, Vish, for interrupting. Go ahead.
No worries, no worries. Yeah, Nikki, so you mentioned you have a business API as well. Could you please elaborate more on how you work with businesses? Just that.
Yeah, absolutely. So our product is going to be regulated in the UK, but in order to sort of not restrict ourselves geographically, there's lots of other trading businesses outside of the UK that would like to offer their users investment strategies. And our API essentially lets them do that. For example, I don't know, it can be a company. We've got one of our business partners is based in Taiwan, and they're just a normal stock trading app, and they want to start offering investment strategies to their users. and our API enables them to select which strategies they want to offer and enable that on their platform.
How many clients do you have on the business side right now?
There's 5 business clients at the moment. It's early days. They're kind of all in trial mode, but we expect them to start paying as of the end of our trial, which is 6 months, which should hit December.
Okay, got it. Thanks.
Thank you very much. Are there any shark? Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry. I had one more question. The freemium tier, I mean, it's such a great go-to-market model if you get it right, but have you really, I'm curious about this idea of paying for the strategy implementation as opposed to, I'm not sure what other ways would be, but how did you land on that as opposed to other sort of upselling or paid tiers?
So there is other ways that we make money, which includes assets under administration fees for strategies and also FX fees for international investments. So even if you are on the free tier, we can still make money off those users. There's a backtesting feature, essentially. If you want to create a strategy and see how it would have performed, that is available for free. But then if you want to execute it on our platform, that's when the subscription fee comes in. The reason we settled on it was because it's a bit more transparent than just taking a kind of a chunk of your overall portfolio, which is the traditional approach of a lot of fund managers. And that was the rationale behind that pricing model.
Interesting. I guess a little bit of my concern would be, why can't I just come up with, like, use your free back testing, come up with my own strategy on my own, and then execute it for free through your platform? But I guess people maybe aren't that driven on that, so.
It's not something which is available in the market, and there's lots of trading apps that are struggling to, the cost of acquisition is high and they're struggling to reach profitability because there's not as much to monetize. We are trialing and testing this. It might be that we make one strategy available for free, and if you want multiple, that will become paid. So it is very much a work in progress at the moment. So it's a very valid question, and thanks for bringing it up.
All right. Are there any sharks in or out? Okay.
Yeah, I'm in. I would like an intro done, please.
Congratulations. We have one shark in, and yeah, so we will connect you after the pitch event today or tomorrow. Please stay till the end and impress investors in the chat as well, and support other founders. And we're moving on to.
Thank you very much. Cheers, guys.
Moving on to the next founder, who is Brett Monat. Brett, you ready? Brett?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, go for it. So you got 2 minutes. Please turn on your camera if you can.
Hi, my name's Brett Hawkins. I'm the CEO, one of the founders of Monad. Oop, hold on.
Oh, it's all working.
Me?
Yeah, just a little slow. Yeah, good. Go for it.
So that Duck Social, which is a Web3 version of Twitch OnlyFans with a go-to-market strategy specifically for music creators. We raised $1 million of seed financing last year and just come out of beta. It's a subscription service. 80% of the revenues go to the creator. The platform keeps 20%. We currently generate about $200,000 in revenue. The average price point for the subscription tip or purchase of NFTs is $14. The average current lifetime value is $75. We're a Google for Cloud Startups partner at the highest level tier that they grant from the Near Foundation, which is our layer 1 blockchain partner, which built the tokenization and gamification process on the platform. So there's a plethora of features, including live streaming, archived content, live chat, and we just recently launched on the back of Near, a world's first dance to earn app. Some of you may be familiar with the exercise to earn economy, and we've taken the information from a gyro and accelerometer in one's mobile phone, and we translate that into unique pulsating avatars that earn tokens that are minted on the Near blockchain that can be used to be exchanged for NFTs and continue to support the artists. We've got an experienced team that have been together in the esports space. So we're largely applying esports and video game monetization models to the music industry, where there's a home for the esports guys, there's for the the adult folks, no one in that space in the middle. We focus on tools and features and community that make sense in that space. We call these virtual venues circles, and the next iteration is to build Unity-based AR portals, can be used on the mobile phone. I mean, that's the primary use case. There's only 15 million install base for VR headsets, but to then transport that into to further gamification process.
Brett, you pass time. Please wrap it up.
Okay, that's it.
Thank you. And dear Sharks, your questions.
Yeah, hi Brett. I missed the first part of your question of your pitch. Could you just summarize in one quick sentence what exactly this platform does? I think there was some connection error.
Sorry about that. It's a Web3 version of Twitch for specific music creators.
And you mentioned 200K revenue. That's annual or monthly?
No, that's annualized.
Thank you. Do you have a native token as well?
Yes.
Is it
a native token on your blockchain? What's that?
Is it a security token or a governance token?
Well, it's a fungible token. I mean, we're not, I'm an old securities guy for many years. I'm not particularly interested in the crypto speculation space. We think of tokenization and NFTs as customer acquisition and retention tools. So we're trying to create intrinsic value around the tokens that we're generating and working on partnerships in that area.
Okay, got it. And the round that you're raising right now, is it an equity or a token round?
Equity. I mean, looking for a safe note for $2.5 to $5 million.
Okay,
we raised $1 million already in seed capital.
Got it. Thanks.
Can you provide a little more clarification around the business model? Does this work like Twitch? Is it a subscription-based approach?
Yeah, so Twitch is, 80% advertising with some element of tips that they call bits. We are exclusively subscription-based. So subscribe with cash, tip with cash, or purchase of NFTs. And working on other integrations like with Coinbase and others that would allow people to, use tokens for the subscription service.
Okay. Any Sharks in? You guys out?
Yeah, I'm in. I would love an intro.
Congrats. There is one Shark.
Thank you, guys.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. Please stay till the end. Support us founders and network with us investors. And the next person is, the next person is Devrash Takar. Devrash, you here? Ready? Devrash?
Yeah, I'm here. Awesome.
Okay, you got 2 minutes. Please, you may start.
Great. So ladies and gentlemen, I present to you a pillow. This is called the Siesta Wrap. This is a product that I came up with in my high school dorm room. It's an L-shaped pillow, and it has a full-sized attachable blanket that actually stores in the pillow. So when you're not using the blanket, it goes right back up. So it's perfect for lounging on the airplane, leaning against the window seat, taking it on road trips. This is a product that I came up with in my high school dorm room. It's fully patented in 93 different countries. We are selling D2C e-commerce. We've done about $50,000 in lifetime sales so far. Right now, we're looking to raise $150,000, and that will solely be for sales channels expansion. We want to expand onto Amazon, hopefully start investing in retail packaging so we can get these on shelves. Right now on our team, we have, we're working with this company called Rock Your Product, who's interfaced with many heavy hitters in the consumer packaged goods industry, like Kevin Harrington. We want to start investing in retail packaging, eventually end up in Amazon, Target, and Costco. In terms of revenue, we do see a massive spike during the holiday season. This year, we're forecasted to about $80,000 net. And then we do have 50% margins on each good that we sell. And we're planning on expanding laterally as well across the entire product line. So we're planning on releasing a smaller travel size version. We do have supply chain and distribution completely set up. We have a pipeline directly from China, and it's a very robust pipeline. We can do scale anywhere from $2 to $5 million with our current supply chain and distribution. And yeah, any questions, let me know.
Right on time. Thank you. Yeah, and it doesn't sound like a technology startup, but yeah, let's ask the opinion of investors.
What's the price point for the product?
Yeah, so we're currently selling at $54, and then it costs us to make these about $12, $19 landed, $22 to the customer's door.
And the whole model is direct to consumer. You're just selling everything over the internet right now?
So right now we're only D2C. We are marketing on Facebook and Google. We do have pop-up shops that we go to, so those in-person sales are really good for us. We also have some B2B pipelines. So for B2B, we do promotional products. So we brand these, let's say that you're an airline or even like a local event. Instead of giving out coffee mugs and things like that, we do have in our supply chain distribution the opportunity to brand the actual L shape, like brand like a company's logo on the pillow or on the blanket. So we do have a B2B pipeline as well.
How patentable is this really? Like, how I'm just wondering if you start to get traction and this becomes a thing. Like, it seems like it's pretty fungible. Like, I can come along and duplicate this like fairly easily.
Yeah, so we do have a really good lawyer. We're based out of Chicago. We have Chicago's top patent attorney representing us. He kind of took this on as like a game for him to just say that he could patent a pillow and a blanket. We do have a design patent in 93 different countries. It's pretty robust patent. In terms of defending the patent, that's where capital would come into play, and that's why we want to have a little bit of fundraising going on. So in case that we do get knocked off, then we would have the funds to go after them and collect on our intellectual property.
What percentage of your raise is dedicated towards inventory, and what percentage is dedicated towards sales and marketing?
Yeah, so I want to say only 20% is dedicated to inventory. The rest of the 80% is basically sales and marketing. I would say 70% sales and marketing, and then 10% for overhead and expenses.
Got it. Okay. Good.
And then for marketing, we are seeing a 1.5x return on ad spend right now. And then with that significant cash influx, and on top of that, like our marketing consultancies, we're looking to target for a 2.5x return on ad spend, which would bring our margins healthily into like the 60% range. So.
All right. Any sharks in? What do you guys have?
This is not in our space, but I do have a friend who invests in consumer goods and stuff. So I'd love to speak with you and then potentially provide the connection.
Thank you.
So there is one shark is in that who is interested to connect you with the other shark. Okay, fantastic. Awesome, great. Appreciate that. And we're moving on to the next presenter. Please stay till the end and please support others. And the next person to present is, I'm sorry if I pronounce it incorrectly, Ghanshyam Singh Shekhawat. Ghanshyam, you ready? Ghanshyam, if I'm pronouncing it well.
Hi, Daniel. I'm audible?
Yeah, you are. You may start.
Am I visible?
Please, yes, you are audible, but we don't see you. Please turn on your video.
Absolutely.
And how to pronounce better your name if I pronounce it incorrectly?
So it's pronounced Ghanshyam. It's Ghan and Sham.
All right.
Like there is a Khan. Yeah. Hi, Global Sharks team. This is Ghanshyam from India this side. We're trying to put together a platform that is based out of a sustainability model and that is aligned with the UN sustainable goals. What we saw in the market was there's a huge landscape for everybody, but there is a power parity index. Somebody with an equal capital is able to access a lot more of power than they are required to. So what we thought of building was, hello, am I audible? Hello?
Yep, I can hear you.
Okay, sure. So let's go. So what we are building is a platform that is an aggregator for renters, businesses, and small residential buyers to invest in solar digitally. So there is no rooftop installation, lack of access of rooftop, and power transmission charges. So this is a 3 problem statements we have. We are trying to work towards, and that will create a 60% renting market towards leverage. So let me start again to wrap it up. So this is an AWS model for solar. So we put an infrastructure at a place and we rent it out. So infrastructure as a service for maintaining a digital parity index. For somebody in a different physical location can maintain this via the use of credits. So this is a long-term energy storage solution through credits via a wallet app that could be used and tied down to ecosystems such as EVs, residential power bills, and oncoming onwards. So that's my pitch. That's all from my side. Thanks for that.
Thank you very much. Dear Sharks, what's your questions, if you have any?
I'm not sure I fully understand your model. Are you sourcing capital from investors to place solar panels on locations they don't own and then renting those panels to the location, whether it's a home or a business, and then cash flowing to the investor, or is it something else?
It is partially correct, Ben. What we do is we try to source capital from retail investors, that are smaller ones. So our model is B2B2C. So we install solar panels on business locations, so we can charge them a higher end rate on consumer base on commercial basis, and then we'll supply back the same revenue generated from to the retail investors. We keep a safety margin of 10 to 15% if any of this backlashes, and this is refundable. If any of the participator from business side or the customer side wants to back off, there's a lock-in period of 30 days, and everybody will be given back the money that they're actually invested into the platform. So you come onto the app, you buy a sectionable source portion of your solar panel or of your wind energy. That much goes to your billing account. You pay your bills digitally like everyone else, and you can actually use it as a cashback on your digital bills. So the energy company won't even have an approval on this as well. Like, to frame it more properly, the energy company is actually subsidizing it on their own. So everybody who has a residential home can put it on their homes right now, but somebody living in an apartment, somebody renting out a place won't have this access.
Keep your answer shorter because we have lots of presenters, so please keep it shorter.
Okay.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Is this live? Is this live
Yeah,
or conceptual?
It is conceptual. We have tested this platform in 3 states right now, and we are based out of India right now. We're trying to put together an Asiatic version soon.
All right, thank you. Ben,
Any more questions?
Ben, if you want to be on the stage, I'd be happy to have you just use your video, and you'll be here as another investor. Just be happy to. I'm
in a car, but I'll be in a location in 10 minutes, and I can do that.
Thank you. Fantastic. We'll be happy to have you. Just let me know. Dear Sharks, do you have any questions? Who's in, who's out?
I would just say it's a little unclear exactly what your business model is. I think it would be really useful, just as a tip, to kind of adopt the persona of a user and just walk through exactly how they would benefit from the platform, and just sort of like cut out all the rest, as the pitch is a little bit confusing.
Absolutely. I'll try to put together a more revised version for you. If there is anything I could like to convey, I'll put it through email as well.
Okay. If any of the Sharks would be interested, they would let me know. And appreciate your pitch. Thank you so much. Just for every other founders, please keep your answers shorter so more people can speak. And we continue with the next person, which is.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you for your time, and please stay till the end. The next person is Max Antonenko. Max, are you here? Ready?
Yes, I'm here. I'm ready.
Got 2 minutes. Go for it.
Yeah. Thank you, Sharks. We sell a robot orchestration platform and robots we design to transport parts and materials on factory floors. Our customers are small and medium American manufacturers whose needs cannot be served by warehouse robots available on the market now. Unlike our competitors, our robots can pick pallets without any stationary load-unload equipment and safely transport pallets through the tight floor environment. Our secret sauce is that I managed to make our robots use regular manual pallet jacks. As a result, our customers do not have to change anything in their factory layout to start using our robots. Our robots help to manage labor shortages and reduce indoor logistic expenses by up to 80%. For all US manufacturers, this is $60 billion problem, and the resulting increase in productivity can amount up to $300 billion of additional revenue for all US manufacturers combined. 2 years ago, it was a mere idea. Today, we have customers like Verizon and supplier of jet engine parts for Lockheed Martin and Rolls-Royce. We are reaching out to potential funding partners passionate about robotics, manufacturing, industrial automation, and additional $2 million will fund new hires, faster execution of the project in our pipeline, and new customer acquisition. I am Max Antonenko, founder and CEO of Antrobotics, and your feedback is very welcome.
Right on time. Thank you, Max. Dear Sharks, your questions.
Max, can you talk about your current traction?
Yeah, we started 2 years ago with a huge pivot. We have two customers like Verizon and jet engine part suppliers. So we provide for them some services, which led us to sell our main project, which is turnkey solution for manufacturing material handling.
So just to make sure I'm understanding correctly, you're selling the robots to then manage, like replace line workers or something like that in the factory. Is that correct?
Our customers have nobody to replace. They just cannot hire enough people for these low qualified and low paid jobs. That's why we're here.
Yeah, that's what I meant. So robots instead of people is what I'm saying.
Not instead. So there is no people.
I think he's saying the robots are complementary to the existing workforce. I think that's what he's trying to say.
Yes.
Okay.
You're right. Yeah.
So I guess follow-up question on that. You've been in business for 2 years, two customers. Are you losing businesses, or are you not selling? Like what? Why only two customers in 2 years?
So because we were building new product from scratch, particular for this manufacturing material handling niche, because initial product was about like just another one robot for fulfillment. So we spent a lot of efforts for that.
What's the uniqueness here for yours as opposed to like the robots that Amazon uses in their assembly line or warehouses, or many of the other, I think Symbotic, they're primarily in warehousing. But what's different about your robots versus others?
Our robots can manage manual pallet jacks. Do you know what is manual pallet jacks? Is like they used in groceries for moving pallets and skids. And so our robots are managing this manual pallet jack similar way like humans do. And because of that, no any adaptation of the manufacturing floors required for using our robots. For Amazon robots, they need to build a house especially for their robots.
Okay, got it.
All right. Are there any sharks in or out? You guys all out. Okay. All right. So thank you, Max. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
Please stay till the end. Support others. You have a great product, and I know you personally. So great founder. And we're moving on to the next startup, which is Guillermo Carozzi. Guillermo, are you here?
Yeah, that's me. It's Guilherme. It's Portuguese for William.
Oh, fantastic. So, William, good to have you. You got 2 minutes. Go for it.
Thank you. So my name is Guilherme. I came to the US 4 years ago. I'm just going to tell you guys a bit about myself. When I was 13, I come from a family of engineers, so I designed and engineered my own handcraft boat just because I wanted it to be on the swimming pool. After that, when I was 7, well, actually, I got a bunch of jobs. And then after that, I went to the UK when I was 17, just because I thought Brazil was too small for me. And then I went back to Brazil, created my own website. I was importing items from China to the US, and I made a lot of money from that. Then I joined Wish here in San Francisco. And then I helped grow the Wish local program from 10 locations to 10,000. And I'm creating my own company now. It's a very early stage logistics company. We were invited to talk to Miracle Plus YC China, and we're talking to some VCs in SF as well, Robust VC, Schematic Ventures, and Dynamo Ventures. So what we do basically is we bundle up e-commerce orders and send them to pickup locations, saving on 30 to 40% on last mile shipping costs. We plan on, it's a very early stage startup at the moment as well. And we're going to charge early adopters 10% of the shipping share. And I went to Miami actually 2 weeks ago, and just to acquire LOIs from small businesses. And in 3 days, I was able to acquire 5 LOIs, which was great. So now we are talking to VCs, waiting for Miracle Plus, which is great. And we hope to bring our product up by Q4 this year, just because of the holiday season. Coming a lot of orders going to businesses and stuff. But at the same time, I'm just going to tell you guys, because I want this company not just to be about pickup locations. I want to have a full logistic powerhouse surpassing Logi, and I want to be your Uber for packages. So our first product is bundling up orders and sending them to local businesses.
Okay, thank you. Dear Sharks, your questions?
Sorry, I just want to make sure I understand. Is it kind of like a service known as Fetch? I don't know, you might be familiar with it if you're in the space, but is it kind of like that? I don't know if I completely understand it.
So this is how it works. Instead of you go to the e-commerce, you choose send it to your house or send it to your local pickup. So instead of the e-commerce sending 10 orders to 10 different locations, we're going to bundle up all of those orders and send them to one location. So instead of going to the end user house, it's going to go to a local store.
I can see that being super convenient for the shipper, but for the customer, isn't that less convenient?
So actually, they love that. So I'm going to tell you why.
Okay.
Pickup saves time, offering flexible and reachable options and eliminating delivery wait times. It's cost saving. Pickup eliminates shipping fees and additional charges, providing a cost saving advantage. Support for local businesses, especially after the pandemic. Pickup supports local businesses directly, contributing to the local economy, and it's a personalized service. A lot of people choose this because they want that experience, allowing them to interact with business owners and staff. And then the demographic is...
Your answer shorter so investors can ask you more questions.
Oh yeah, of course, sure. Sorry, I talk too much.
So what would be an example of a place where this could be received in a local community? Would it be like a post office, or are you thinking like restaurants and bookstores? And like, how do you kind of guarantee the security around those packages and they're like a safe and orderly dissemination back out to the rightful owners?
Of course. So we did that. I mean, me and my other colleague, we did that at Wish. And then, so basically what we're going to do is we're not going to send to post offices. We're going to send up to actual local businesses because we want to attract customers to them. I actually got a location that used to be a hub for Amazon, and they told me that they decided to quit being a hub for Amazon because, Amazon was not bringing them the customers they needed. So it's a win-win for local businesses and end users. And at the same time, I see local businesses as small gold mines to be explored. And I can give them logistics systems. I can give them payment systems in the future, of course, not now.
So are businesses getting paid to provide this service, or is there a reward that they're just getting additional foot traffic?
They get additional foot traffic from that. They are not getting paid. They will not get paid, but we are willing to give 50 cents per package. Per delivery.
You said it's more Uber for packages, but it strikes me that it's more like Airbnb for packages.
Yeah. In the beginning, in the beginning, yes, I do want it to grow, and just imagine me having 100,000 locations. I can offer them multiple services, and yeah.
Well, the concept's interesting. You're probably like too early for us, but I would actually be interested to follow your journey. So please do connect.
All right, Shark is in. We will connect. Are there any other sharks interested to connect?
Yeah, I'm interested in connecting as well. It's too early for us as well, but I'd love to connect you with some people in my network who can really help you out with your business.
Sounds good. Thank you very much.
Sharks are in. Fantastic. Congratulations. All right. Any more? Okay. Thank you. Ben Arasin is here with us. Ben, would you like to introduce yourself, say a few words about you and your fund?
Sure. I'm Ben Narrison. I run Tenacity Venture Capital. It's a $60 million seed and very occasionally pre-seed fund. I spun out of NEA about 2 years ago and raised that fund. Prior to that, I was a traditional VC at tier one shops for about 7 years. Before that, I was a seed investor for 8 years. I started one of the first institutional seed funds in 2007. And before that, I was an entrepreneur for 25 years, which culminated in my starting one of the first .coms in 93 and taking it public in 99 and then taking it private in 2001. That was on the East Coast, and I moved to the West Coast where I am now. And we try to lead or co-lead rounds with between $1 and $3 million checks, buying 10 to 20% of those companies. And we cover North America, including LATAM and the UK. Open-minded to Europe, but have not yet found anything there.
Great to have you, Ben. Ben spoke on our community. He has a talk, so great to have you. And we're moving on to the next startup, Fedor Zagumenov. Fedor, you ready?
Hello, everyone. Do you hear me?
Yes, you got 2 minutes.
Thank you very much. I'm CTO from a startup Plus IQ Robotics, and we do develop a construction robot with cloud solution embedded. $2.1 trillion per year are lost due to construction mistakes. And the main reasons are the human factor, time limits, and loss of interaction between construction workers and architects. We do develop a robot solution which incorporates data analysis platform, cloud platform, which allows creating of BIM models while making such jobs. It also allows to help workers on the construction site. For example, drilling the ceiling for a particular worker takes 10 minutes, while our robot takes 1 minute for the same operation. For the 2024, the approximate market size is 64 millions, while we can achieve approximate 25% of market size. Our business model is selling robots on the first stage and receiving income of $9,000 per robot. And on the next stage, we plan to offer subscription for our cloud platform. Our main competitors offer the same equipment, but it is larger, it is not modular, and it has a larger cost, and it does not collect data. So for now, we are looking for investment, and in 2026, we plan to increase up to $14 million of revenue for our project. Our team includes specialists in hardware, specialists in technology, specialists in development of construction, and managing complex construction projects.
Further, you pass time, please wrap it up.
Okay. Currently, we are looking for investment of $500,000. It will be spent on development, patents, and certification. Thanks for listening.
Dear Sharks, your questions. Are you in or out?
I think this is too far out of our space, but interesting idea. I'm sorry, I just don't have any expertise in this to be able to invest or honestly ask fair questions. So sorry.
Thank you. Dan, Ben, Jack, are you guys in? Out?
Probably for the same reason as Sage.
Too early.
Yeah, a little bit early as well, and just not too familiar with the space.
Okay. Thank you so much, Fedor. Please stay up to the end, support other founders here in the chat, and we're moving on to the next founder, which is, just a second, which is Magdalena. Magdalena, you ready?
Yes. Hi. Can you hear me? Can you see me?
Yeah, you got 2 minutes.
Okay, very nice. Hi, everyone. My name is Magdalena, and I'm the founder and CEO of GetTech, joining from Canada. We have developed a SaaS application called Flare3D. It is an application for construction management that can save 20% of time and cost per project. It helps to visualize buildings, IoT sensors, simulations, and related data in a 3D space, and manage projects more efficiently by leveraging the concept of digital twins. We are solving a typical problem in construction, which is extra project cost, and it comes from inefficiency and limited number of affordable solutions for project management, collaboration, storage, and sharing of data. Because all of that, projects are usually 20% over time and over budget. Our solution to this is that online tool, which provides access to digital replicas of buildings, centralized technical database of 3D models, sensors, schedules, and features that help to review and analyze the data coming live from construction site. It's available anytime and anywhere. Our amazing core team has more than 80 years of international experience in construction technology implementation. And our unfair advantage comes from engaging CTO, who had 3 successful exits, CIO of the largest construction company in Canada as our advisor, and ex-competitor's VP of business development. We utilize B2B business model. As a SaaS application, we offer monthly subscription as a lower cost than the competition. We also can create 3D models as a service, connect them with IoT sensors, and deliver turnkey digital twins. In terms of traction, we have developed our MVP. We acquired 200 users that were testing our products, and we're generating 120K annually at this moment. Currently, we are raising 200K for a pre-seed investment, or a very first round, which would help us to start a new digital twin pilot here in Toronto with giant partners like Siemens, PCL, which is the largest construction company in Canada, and a local college who's the owner of the project, which with whom we signed an MOU. So that's basically, in short, what we are doing. Thank you.
Thank you very much, dear investors, dear Sharks. Your questions.
Well, Magdalena, it's good to see you again.
Yeah. Hi, Jake.
Yeah.
How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing well. Can you remind me what the average contract value is when you engage a client? What do you expect to generate in revenue per year per client?
Right. So we charge 15K per sensor for visualizing one sensor per year. Plus, we have a license which will be 21,000 per project per year on an annual basis. So in terms of this particular client who's interested in this, we now want to show them the capacity of our solution, and if they continue working with us after, it's going to be like 36,000 at minimum per one sensor only per project per year. And let's say they have 10 projects, which is the minimum value, I would say. At PCL is a huge company. Then we will generate 360 per project per year, per those 10 projects per year. So that's what we expect after the pilot.
Thank you. Please keep your answers short if you may. Yes. Sure. Anyone is interested?
So I have a little disconnect between the number of customers. I think you mentioned you had 120 customers and 120K in revenue. So that doesn't exactly jive with the math that you just explained. So your current customers, are they using this solution, or is this part, or are they using some kind of legacy thing that you built?
Yeah, no. So some of the solutions are still testing. That's why the numbers are not matching. So they're still not paying customers. But yeah, we're generating 120K annually, and that involves all the services that we provide plus the solution licenses.
All right. Anyone interested to connect? Okay, thank you so much, Magdalena. Appreciate that. And please stay till the end, support others, and moving on to the next startup.
Thank you.
Thank you. Timur Mikhailov. Timur, you ready?
Hi guys. Can you
hear me? Let's go for it. Yeah, we can.
Okay, thank you. So we actually from the healthcare area, and let me explain what we're doing. First is the problem we solve. The patients currently don't have easy way to get their vitals and glucose and other parameters without medical devices. And the solution is simple. We allow them to get this information with just a smartphone in about 40 seconds. Let's talk about the market a bit. So by 2030, this market projected to be $17 billion, and our service obtainable market is $500 billion. So who are our target customers? It is the telehealth companies, remote patient monitoring, insurers, corporate health, pharma, and other working in this area. Business model is simple. We charge $1 per patient per month. And if company is huge enough and has more than 1 million patients, then we're talking about the flat fee. So a bit of traction. We started in December last year. Currently have 15 plus hot customers. Just signed off our first contract a day ago with Italian research company for the 3 years. And now working forward to, yeah, then that's it, punkt, dot.
Dear investors, do you have questions?
So
Yeah,
I understand
Sorry,
that
Ben, please.
Apple is, oh, sorry. I understand that Apple's working on blood glucose measurement off of the Apple Watch, but they're not there yet. You said you can do it with an iPhone or a smartphone, but you didn't explain how. How are you detecting blood glucose without piercing the skin off of an iPhone without a dongle or anything else? Or are you just
Yeah.
reading somebody else's existing data?
Yeah, so we utilize, so the main technology is PPG, the same technology which used in pulse oximeter when you measure your oxygen, right? And we do the same with some information available on the internet because there are dependency on this waveform and blood glucose. So we can estimate this level not as the other glucometers does, but if you measure, let's say, a week, we can identify trends, and we are like provide a range of data, not exact point, but let's say if usually you get 110, we'll say it's between 90 and 115.
Are you doing that with the camera and flash off of the phone, or are you attaching something to the input?
Camera, back camera and flash.
Huh. And it's live right now?
Yes.
So would you put in the chat where we could access it so we can try it? I mean, if you can do that, which
You
that's a
contact
huge range, 90 to
provide you. You contact me directly. I provide you with links. I won't share it to the group.
Okay, so then I'll please, I don't know, whoever connects me to you, connect me to you and send me the link and let me play with it. Thank you.
After the event, absolutely. Yeah. So there's one shark is in. What about the rest of the sharks?
Yeah, I'd like to.
Timur, I have a quick question. Sorry, Jake, you can go ahead.
No. Sorry. I would also like to be connected. That's all.
Okay.
Oh.
Excellent.
Timur, I have a quick question. Could you quickly go over the accuracy rate of your method versus traditional glucometers? What's the difference in accuracy in terms of a percentage?
Yeah, as I said, in terms of percentage, it will be maybe 10, maximum 15% difference. As I said, we provide range data. So if glucometer will say you 110, we'll say you are between 95 and 115. And that's enough mainly to distinguish your trend and understand whether you already passed this pre-diabetic level on the diabetes level, or you're okay, right? So that's the main purpose. We try to distinguish between these two main groups, and we target here the pre-diabetes patients, let's say, and people and companies who work in these areas.
Okay, thanks.
All right, thank you. Congratulations, 2 sharks are in, and we're moving on to the next founder. Please stay till the end to support others. And the next founder is Bindu Kalisan. Bindu, are you ready? Hello, Bindu.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Yes.
you got 2 minutes.
Hi, everyone. Yeah, so I'll just start. And my name is Bindu Kalisan. So now only 5% of clinical trials actually enroll diverse participants, because clinical trials really struggle to find the right participants because it's very expensive and they lack cultural competency. What does this mean? It means that a shocking 93% of the global population, which also includes women, are prescribed drugs without knowing that they're effective or safe for them. So now even FDA has mandated diversity for drug approval, which means that if drugs are tested on non-diverse participants, FDA is not even going to look at the clinical trials. So now pharmaceutical companies and big CROs don't know how to enroll diverse populations. It's like they have a fork to eat their food, but now they need chopsticks, maybe fingers and all that, and they just don't have the competency and the technology to do that. So Theory Health, our company, is an equitable clinical research organization, and we focus on DCT, decentralized clinical research, and real-world research to achieve profitability in the third year. So now we identify, enroll diverse participants, and to ensure that clinical trial populations are obtained, and we slash costs by about 80%. So our secret sauce is our platform, HIPAA GDPR compliant technology ecosystem, which is powered by both AI and blockchain. We integrate several variables, telemedicine, and a patient-centric approach. My team is 90% diverse. We also have a cumulative 70 years of deep clinical development experience. And we also have business strategy experience. I have about 23 years of experience as a clinical trialist, and our chief scientific officer, Dr. Packer, is a lifelong clinical trial development expert. Okay. And we have all been working.
Can you wrap it up?
Yes. So I've pitched early, and now, since then, we've got our first client, and we made $50,000 from National Institute of Justice, and we published 6 research articles for them on clinical outcomes. And now we're in the process of negotiating 2 additional subcontracts. So our revenue strategy involves charging per trial fee to our customers, which will be a B2B, and we are seeking $10 million to integrate our clinical research platform and to get ourselves regulatory ready, so for large clinical trials.
Well, thank you. Thank you. Dear Sharks, your questions.
So what has been the big challenge for these clinical trials to find these, diverse patients, and why has it worked for, I guess, non-diverse patients versus diverse patients?
Yeah. So, as a clinical trialist, if somebody came to me and say, hey, you should be part of a clinical trial, I would say no. Number one, because I know how pithy and how difficult the experience is for any clinical trial participant. And people from different cultural backgrounds take health in a different way as compared to a traditional majority population. Right. And because you can see, I was part of Framingham Heart Study. 99.1% are white population. And all the information is basically from that white population, which makes, we talked to several people. And number one thing that they said was, our doctors never introduced us to clinical trials. They never talked to us about clinical trials. That's the reason why we're going decentralized. Because sites, number one, hemorrhages money. There's a lot of money which needs to be put into clinical sites. But when you make it virtual, and we also have our partners where we can use technology, blockchain and all that to get the participants directly from people.
Okay, please keep it short.
Yeah, sorry.
Are there more questions from the Sharks? Is there any Sharks in or out? Okay, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Great to see you again. And we're moving on to the next founder, which is Andrei Delonak. Andrei, you ready? Hello, Andrei Delonak. Andrei Delonak. Okay, the next founder is Fiona Pan.
Yes,
okay.
I'm ready, guys.
Your connection.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Your connection is very bad. Let's please fix your connection, and we will let you speak after the next person. So because we cannot really hear you.
Okay, let me explain. It's about all people.
Can you turn on your video? Hello? Okay, your internet connection is bad, so we gotta move to the next person. Please fix your connection. The next person is speaking, Fiona Pan. Fiona, you ready?
Oh, yes, yes.
Fiona, you got 2 minutes. Please go for it.
Okay. Hi, Shark. This is Fiona. I'm located in Los Angeles, California.
Okay.
I have I have a home health company. Also, I'm developing a
Maybe now it's better.
Sorry, we let other person speaking. Just please don't interrupt. We'll give you the chance to speak later. Okay.
Can I? Okay. So I'm developing a app to connect a nurse direct with a patient. I currently own a home health company. From I started February, and my current revenue is $70,000. Hopefully, the end of the year I can reach $250,000. But I'm developing an application connect the nurses with the patient directly. Currently, we have the discovery phase is finished. So I'm looking for fund to go to the next phase to have the first version.
Yeah, you done? That's it?
Yes, it's a short sweet. So
okay.
So
yeah, absolutely. Dear Sharks, your questions. Sorry.
I might have missed it, but how many nurses do you have on this platform, and how many? Well, let's start with how many. What's the adoption rate?
So we don't have any nurses right now. We're still developing. We are at the discovery phase. I finished all the pages. Yeah, so we try to make the first version. We needed the fund to develop to the the first version.
Got it.
All right. Is there more questions from the Sharks? Are you guys seeing our out? Who's interested to connect?
I think just a advice, Fiona, I would ask you to probably try to frame the problem that you're solving a little bit better, and that would get us a bit more buy-in to what it is that you want to build. I understand in a conceptual sense connecting nurses and patients, but I don't necessarily understand the scope of that problem and what makes you different, and why we would want to invest in it. So I think I would have a more kind of thought out pitch in the future.
Yes, I made a video to present. It's a 1 minute video to cover all the. If you could let me send you the video link. It's cover majority of the information. So our model is billing insurance and help the nurse to connect to the patient, because the problem is after the patient discharge from the hospital, usually the doctor to refer them the home health company, and they don't know which one is good, which one is bad, who is coming to their home to do the work, all the stuff. So by law, they actually have the patient have the right to choose whoever they want to choose. So that's my idea come from. So once our application to the public, so when they see our app, they can choose our company and to see who is coming to do the work.
Fiona, please.
They have a
short, if you may, because there are more people pitching. Dear Sharks,
okay,
are there more questions from you? Anyone interested?
Yeah, just to piggyback off of that advice that was given, I thought that was great. But if you had a 1 minute video that said explains everything in a little bit more detail, try to replicate that if you could, right, in your next pitch. It sounds like there may be more information in less amount of time, right? So
okay, thank you, appreciate the advice.
We're moving on to the
yeah, I also think there's someone in the chat, Fiona, maybe that would be interested in reaching out, so I would check that out after this.
Oh, congratulations. Yeah, so there is one person interested. So we are continuing the chat with someone interested connecting with you. And we're moving on to the next founder, which would be, just a second, Dima Markov. Dima, are you ready? Dima Markov, X Ready Lab. Are you ready? We asked you several times. This is the last call to give you a chance to pitch. Okay, so we're moving on to Richie Ogigai. Richie, you ready? I'm sorry. Guys, there is a mic button in the left corner of your Zoom in the bottom. So just turn on your mics. Okay, Anton Sokolovsky. Anton Sokolovsky. Okay.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, great. You got 2 minutes. You may start.
Yeah, thank you. So 91% of US consumers prefer companies that have a positive impact on the world. So companies need to make that impact and show it to their customers. To do so, they basically cooperate with non-profits, but it's difficult, time-consuming, expensive, and non-effective strategy. Humans is our game-changing solution for this particular problem. It's a B2B SaaS that allows companies to make to contribute 1% of each sale to making the world a better place. How does it work? Imagine you're buying sneakers at the Nike store. During the purchase, you can choose a project that will get 1% of your purchase. This can be projects that solve global earth problems like removing carbon from atmosphere, reforestation, removing plastic from the ocean, and so on. Or it can be projects on demand, like fighting a wildfire in Canada. Next, you can track your project, get unique content, and control use of funds in real time. The company gets plus 14% increase in conversion rate and 32% in retention for free because it's tax deductible. We take 10% fee from GNV, and our unfair advantage lead to mind-blowing unit economics on a $600 billion market. We already launched the beta, got our first paying users. The top 3 of the week on Product Hunt had a strategic partnership that provides us with hundreds of e-commerce companies, including enterprises like Dyson. My name is Anton. I founded a nonprofit in that area and got the human's idea. Then 100 million businessmen hired me as CEO of his startup when I was 17. 1 year later, excited to launch Humans. Our CEO made 500K revenue in marketing launches, and our CTO was a CTO in European and Neobank for 5 years. Currently, we are raising a pre-seed round of 250K to complete the product, reach 100K in MRR, and also we already have a commitment. So feel free to ask questions.
All right, thank you. Dear Sharks, Ben, do you have questions to this founder? Take a scene or out?
So Anton, I might need a bit more understanding of the implementation. Is this something that's done in line with an e-commerce experience where the user can simply say, yes, I want to give an additional pledge, or is it sort of just hidden? Is it sort of like Amazon Smile, where I can like dedicate a certain amount of the purchase towards some cause that's important to me?
Yeah, it's included in e-commerce experience when you purchase the product or something on the e-commerce. You can choose the project that you want to support just during the purchase. So it's for options like growing corals, planting trees, saving animals, and so on. And you can choose what you want.
Okay, and then you receive some rake of that donated amount?
Rake,
like you receive some portion of that amount that gets donated?
Yeah, we take 10% of that amount that go to our platform.
Okay.
If a store contributes 1% of their sale, we get 10% of that 1%. It's
got it.
0.1 of the amount of the sale.
Quick question, Anton. What's stopping these e-commerce giants from collaborating with third-party charities and just enabling, like, designing one button on the checkout page just to make the user experience like much more simpler than partnering up with you?
I'm so sorry. Can you please repeat your question, because I'm Ukrainian, and frankly speaking, my English now is not very well.
No problem. I'm just asking, like, what's stopping all these e-commerce giants to stop to partner up with third-party charities and just add one button, one-click button to for charity at the checkout? Why would they partner up with you instead of existing charities on the back end and like save on the 10% that's given to you?
Yeah, as I understand, what's the difference during the partnership with nonprofits and our system? The difference is tracking system. When a company contribute some fixed amount to the nonprofit, customers that buy from that company can't track their impact. But in our case, the customer make a purchase and he or she see the real impact that they make on the world with their purchase in this particular store. And this thing increases retention, increase conversion rate, and so on. So the tracking experience is a difference.
All right, thank you.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you very much. Are there any sharks interested to connect with this founder? Are you guys in? Okay. Thank you so much. And I think this is the time when we wrap this up, and this would be probably the final pitch for today. Those who didn't pitch today, you will get a chance to pitch next time. And this is the time when we will let investors to wrap this session and say final words of wisdom and your final feedback to the founders, who did well, who didn't do well, and maybe some recommendations that you like to share so founders can do better. Because Ben Narasin was willing to leave earlier, probably Ben would go first. Ben, would you like to say a few words to the founders as your final words of wisdom? If you can.
Sure. I would encourage founders to understand that they have only 2 minutes, and they know that. Say again?
Can you turn on the camera if you can, please?
I can't right now. I'm literally walking around carrying in the lunches for the whole team. So it would give you guys vertigo. But net, you got 2 minutes. All you can do, hold on, maybe I can change it a little bit, is get the hook in the mouth. You need to tell us who you are, what you're doing, how you're doing it, who you're doing it for, and how it's going so far. And I think a lot of these pitches missed that. There was one where, it was an app that hadn't even been developed yet. But you got to make that clear. You're never going to make the sale in 2 minutes. All you're going to do is get enough information for people to decide that they care and decide to follow up. So you just got to keep it tight, really tight. Who, what, when, where, why, how, and how's it going?
All right. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Great feedback. And we hope to see you as a shark again. We'll reach out on that to you later. And Sage, what's your final words of wisdom to the founders?
I'm actually going to steal one of my co-sharks points from earlier. I think if you really focus it in a customer story, that helps to make it a lot easier for everyone to understand. I think analogies can sometimes get confusing, or they don't exactly line up with what you're saying and stuff like that. So really drive the customer stories in these pitches. I think that's great. And then the other thing is there was a lot of excitement on a lot of these pitches, but sometimes they tended to ramble. So I'm a big fan of bullet points, particularly because we're all virtual. So you can put them on your screen and we'll never know. But bullet points of what you want to make sure you get through just to help structure yourself in your 2-minute pitch.
Thank you so much. Great feedback. Then Ellis, what would be your feedback?
Yeah, well, first of all, thank you to everyone who pitched today. I know it's difficult, especially in a Zoom environment, to do these pitches. So I want to wish all the entrepreneurs out there the best of luck in all of their endeavors. I think Sage and Ben have kind of said what needs to be said. Just really practice and hone in those pitches, make them really tight and short. You really should just need 1 minute to explain what your startup is. Remember, it's just a trailer for the movie, and you're just trying to get a hook and get people interested on a fundamental level of what you're working on. So don't go too deep into the weeds, and really try to follow a tried and true path. Make sure you're framing the problem so that we really understand what it is that you're solving, and then introduce your solution solution. And as Sage has already said, talking about that in terms of how a customer would experience your product is one of the best ways, because it just lets us paint a vision in our mind for the story that you're trying to sell for your startup. But best of luck to all entrepreneurs, and thanks for being on today.
Thank you. Thank you for coming. Great feedback. Jake, your turn.
Yeah, you guys all did great today. If I were to give you guys a little bit of advice, what you do, who you are, what you do, how you make money, and why building your company matters. If I can understand those core points in the first 2 minutes, that allows me to formulate some really good questions that I might want to ask you that expand upon the previous points that you made, such as like, how do we verify that the problem that you presented is a real problem? What's the size, the scope, and the scale of this problem? But you guys did great. Keep practicing, keep attending these types of events, and feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn. I write a lot about how to formulate your pitch decks, and as well as your pitch to kind of meet the demand of and speak the language of venture investor.
Thank you. And I follow Jake, and he is actually posting awesome stuff. You should follow him. You should follow every of these sharks, because these guys are sharing such valuable information, and you should be learning from that. Thank you, Jake. Great, and great to have you again as well. So, Wish, there is no. I don't want to give you a hard time, but you're closing this session of this GGW Sharks 21st global event. So no pressure. Your final statement. I'm joking. Just whatever you want to share.
Yeah, it was a pleasure being here. Thanks for organizing this kind of events. I think the world's a much better place with events like these. Any tips or advice for all the entrepreneurs that we had here? I think everything that I had on my mind has already been said. So just structure your pitch. You have 2 minutes. Like my fellow Chuck said, it's about telling it's just the trailer, not the whole movie, right? You just have to reel it in and get on a follow-up call. And I do a lot of information. I put out a lot of information about like startups, like just try to help out early stage founders, just get their pitch decks right, things like that. So feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn. Always happy to have a quick chat and just give you some like really quick feedback about things that you're doing. And keep it up.
Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Great to have you, and great first appearance at our global event. So everyone, I think we nailed it again. It's 21st time we are meeting together, and today we had investors from Silicon Valley, from California, Los Angeles, from East Coast, from Boston, from Texas, and of course from Switzerland, from all around the world. And our startups are all over, so I just don't know even geographies we have, all global. So give me a favor, everyone, please RSVP to the next pitch event. I just posted a link here in the chat, so those who didn't pitch last time also will have priority. And if you have any feedback to us, please share your feedback. I just posted the link. It really matters to us. We read every single feedback, and we reach out to everyone who has some concerns, points, or recommendations. It's really important for us to make this event great for you, all of you. So thank you so much. Please RSVP and of course join our matching app. And here you go. This is the link where you create your profile as an investor, as a startup, and the system will automatically match you together, so you can continue finding your best startups or finding your best investors. Have a great rest of the day. Take care of yourself, and we'll see you next week. Goodbye, guys.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Thanks, guys. See ya.
Bye. Good luck, entrepreneurs.